If you wanna get smart, you gotta work that part, your brain.
What?
And if you wanna do math and make kids feel your wrath, your brain.
Is this going to be an ad for Kumon Learning?
You should learn, you should learn, you should learn your brain. Eric Clapton for the Val Verde school systems. If you're gonna learn,
there it is.
You're gonna learn with your brain, innit?
Of course. There we go. Thank you so much. Oh, dude, don't not play it again, Scotty. You turn that off right
I'm already
now.
so upset that I didn't get to hear the words
Holy
cocaine.
Cocaine. She don't mind. Now, I knew a girl named Cocaine. We were traveling around with the Small Faces, and she lived up to her name. I'll just say that.
She didn't mind, is the other part about it.
She didn't mind. She
didn't really mind anything. She just that's what every story you told me, she was just like, okay.
I don't mind.
I don't mind.
Cocaine.
But
it is nice, Jeff, and I will say this. It is very nice that Eric Clapton, in his current run of re-recording his hit singles, even though he did not write that one, he's completely going back in his catalog, redoing everything. Recently, he did one for Flappers.
He did. It was fantastic.
Which is your favorite chicken wing restaurant right here in Val Verde.
My favorite. I'm loving the cocaine wing that they've got lately.
Oh, my God.
It just tastes like cocaine. It does not give you any effects of cocaine.
Oh, Jeff, do you remember when you could go get a good old buffalo wing just covered in cocaine? Do you remember those days?
Everyone always talks about, did you know that Coca-Cola had cocaine in it?
Please.
No, we're talking about when buffalo wings had cocaine in them, all right?
We're talking about when buffalo wings were just coated in cocaine. We all remember it. Now Eric Clapton's doing this for the kids.
This one's
for the kids.
It's for the kids. And this is from his record, the new one, For the Kids.
For the kids. For the kids.
Half of the songs still are about not getting vaccinated, but
Right. Don't do it.
He does
Don't
think
do it. Made
that
a mistake.
is for the kids. It's
3 songs are about fishing.
Yeah.
8 songs are about not getting vaccinated for anything. He's just like, please don't do it anymore.
Les Claypool and Steve Hillage are on the 3 songs about fishing, but not on any of the anti-vax ones.
Thank God. Thank God. Hey, and also thank God for the Geoff and Whisp Show right here on 108.9 The Hawk 704. How are you doing, Val Verde? Now, if you're just now getting in your car to go to the job, you know what we always say? You're probably on your way to being fired. But I did you a favor today, Val Verde. I called your boss for you. And I told the boss, you're going to be a little late. And everything seems to be cool.
And that's
everything.
If you were listening in the 6 o'clock hour.
If you were listening, then.
That's what was going on the entire time. Wisp was just on the air calling up bosses.
Yep.
And it kept getting us distracted. And, it was hard to have a back and forth in that first hour. But
it's hard to have a back and forth. That's my favorite Chicago song. I just want you to work. And after all your work for me.
And everyone always thinks that's a Peter Cetera solo song.
No, please. Oh, God.
Those atonal horns come in halfway through, and then your ears start bleeding.
You do one horn note, I'll do the other, and it's like Chicago will be in the room. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, the Chicago horns. Man, they are playing at Val Verde Theater this weekend. Just them. They're playing all of the hits. They're going to do 25 or 6 to 4.
My God.
They're going to do 26 or 8 to 2.
My God. Remix.
That's the best part. When the atonal horns from Chicago
live
do the show,
remix their song.
They stop the original song and they go, remix, and then they just get into it and just power away.
And you think with that the Little Room would be filled, because that is where they're playing, of course, the Little Room. Plenty of tickets available at ticketstickets.com.
Head on down
you can
to
also
Little
go to the
Room.
box office. You still will get the fees from Tickets.
You're going to get the fees.
You're going to get the fees. That's part of the you're going to get the fees promise that Tickets is giving you. You think that you're getting no fees from the box office? No, they've got a workaround. They have got the workaround.
They've got the workaround.
Which is also one of my favorite songs by the Chicago Horns. They've got the workaround.
Oh, my God. 3, 2, 1. Now, Scotty's telling me that, he wants us to talk a little bit more about the Clapton songs. Of course, he wants us to play this one again. Now, this is a classic. This is a classic, Jeff. This made me physically want pizza.
I love pizza because it has the toppings
And the cheese I like.
And sometimes if I'm not hungry, I can
Just take one slice.
one slice.
And he did not even, that wasn't even for Pizza Emporium. That was a freebie. That was pizza in general.
You know what I appreciate about these new Clapton versions?
Hold up. Is this a what I appreciate?
What I appreciate.
Okay.
You know what I appreciate about these new Clapton songs, and there's a lot to not appreciate, is the fact that Clapton is sticking with the original key for the vocals for these songs, and he can't reach it.
No.
My God, and this is like one take clearly, because that song, he
Clearly.
started, and it was just like, well, he's going to slide kind of into it, and you got to appreciate the gumption.
When Clapton recorded that, he was just like, I've got 5 minutes. I'm going to turn the mic on. He's like, is GarageBand running? Good.
He's
And
not
just
using
like,
Logic. Oh, God.
And they're like, well, we'll fix it in post. So many things I like. There's so many. What am I, Lon Chaney Jr. there, Scotty?
Goodness.
Going deep for all the deep references that all the kids like on the TikToks.
Kids are
there you
loving
go,
the
kid.
Lon Chaney
Hashtag
Jr.
Lon Chaney Jr. Get into that and take a bite, you fucking kids. I believe you're the future.
You do say that all the time.
I say that so much. You know what? I first said that back in the early 80s. I was hanging out with my buddy Clive Davis, and he's like, hey, I've got this new singer. Her name is Whitney. And I'm like, well, I've got this new frame of mind that I'm working off of in terms of living. And it's, I believe the children are our future. Give them things and let them take those things. And then sell the things for you on the street.
And that's the beautiful part about that is, I got to say, a lot of people, and this isn't I got to say segment.
Is this? Okay, hold on.
I got to say, listening to other people when you're having a conversation, overrated. Because when Clive Davis said he had a new singer and Wisp just started talking about something else going on in his head, did that lead to magic? Yes.
Yes.
So I got to say, stop listening to people when you're talking to them. Just say what you're going to say. And that's what I got to say.
Yep, it ended. Man, you got it right there on the end. That's actually a pretty beautiful thing.
Beautiful thing.
Beautiful. Man, in the 7 o'clock hours, ladies and gentlemen, all bets are off. If these old tongues and these old lips are going to be working.
ABO, people. All bets off.
All bets off that this mouth is even gonna work.
They scream that every time I walk into any casino in Reno, Nevada, by the way.
Oh, my God.
And I gotta say, and this isn't an I gotta say.
Cleanest town in America.
Oh, my God.
Cleanest. This is, Scotty, this is a cleanest town in America. Here we go. You know what the cleanest town in America is, Jeff?
What's that, Wisp?
Reno, Nevada.
Oh, my God.
God, you go there in the streets, you could just eat off of them. You could eat off the pile of chicken wings and other human bones that are probably on the street and just eat on top of those as if they were a God-made plate for you. And that's Reno, Nevada. And we're looking at you. Wink.
Which is also a good reminder, there are a lot of human bones in Reno, Nevada.
Oh, my God. They got to do something about that. There are way too many human bones. Now, we used to have a human bone problem here. I know Scotty's getting upset because I said this morning I got out of the limo. I slurped down the last of my orange Julius. I just went.
That's of course what Wisp calls cognac with one squeeze of orange juice. We have fun here. We have fun.
So I get my orange Julius out, and I say, I'm going to talk about the human bone situation in Val Verde today.
Got to be talked about.
It's got to be talked about.
Got to be talked about. And Scotty forgot we're in the 7 o'clock hour. This is where all bets are off. So even if he had
all bets are off, baby.
Hey, man, all bets are off, baby. We can do anything we want. It's 7 o'clock.
Anything we want in the 7 o'clock hour. 6 o'clock, you got to set the tone for the morning. You got to play some Doobie Brothers. You've got to play at least 2 Led Zeppelin songs, 1 Aerosmith song, and then, you get in the 7 o'clock hour. You know what I can play?
What can you play?
Now, this isn't a commercial break, Scotty. I'm not doing this. This is just to prove a point. 7 o'clock hour, ABO, baby. ABO, bitches. Oh, man. 7 o'clock hour.
And, people say you can't play this on the 6 o'clock hour because it's about weed.
It's about weed, 1.
It makes people drive right off the road when that coughing is so loud and then it comes in so quiet.
Oh, no.
They did not mix that riff well at all, and that's the beauty of it. People freak out.
Right off the Vince Neil Memorial Bridge.
Right
just
off
going down into Slayer Gulch.
Which is a good reminder. They still have not fixed the giant open hole in the wall on the side of the Vince Neil Memorial Bridge. So
oh, God. I wish
driving
they would.
out that thing left and right.
Less. Did you have an Orange Julius coming in this morning, Jeff?
Don't mind if I don't. Well,
left and right.
All bets are off. 7 o'clock hour.
ABO, baby. Hey, we're having a great time. Now, we do talk about traffic. That's something that Jeff and I are going to have to figure out together because Art Spart is on vacation. He is at the Cryptozoology Conference in Atlanta, Georgia today. And God bless him. Art rarely ever takes a day off. And technically, this isn't even a day off. He's still on the clock.
This ain't no PPO. He is on the clock. He has to get to the convention, find a machine to clock in.
Yep.
Because he's the only member of the team that
That's
has
where
to
you
still
put your
use
axe in the machine, and the machine is like, you are recorded as here.
Exactly.
You
are a cog in the machine. You are not a human being. Clink, clonk.
Yes.
Clink, clonk.
Yep. Clink, clonk. You're a cog in the machine. You know what else is a cog in the machine? It's weather.
It's time for weather on 108.9 The Hawk.
Cold front coming through the west. That's a big shocker. Big storm coming through. We're going to get about 42 inches of snow today.
Oh, a light dusting.
Jeff. Light dusting of snow in Val Verde.
Really? I got a little scared there.
You were, what were you thinking? I was going to say like 86 or something like that?
Standard for this season.
I fucked with you. It's 86 inches.
You got me. Get out the hats. Get out the gloves. Get out the scarves.
Get out the hats and the gloves. 86 inches coming right at you. Wah, wah, wah. Snow time in Val Verde. Everybody knows the song now. We can't really officially play it because it is not classic rock.
It is not classic rock. You can sing it. We can sing it. Hey, ABO, we can sing whatever we want.
All bets are off. 7 o'clock hour. All bets are off in the 7 o'clock hour.
We're not going to be playing Hello, My Lady. Hello, My Darling. Hello, My Ragtime Gal. And that, of course, is the tribute to Michigan J. Frog. Rest in power, Michigan J. Frog. Mascot from the WB.
We also
as soon as they got rid of the WB network, they shot him right in the head. And you're like, you're not even going to dissect him for a school kid. All right.
Do I go over to the CW? And they're like, oh, yeah, start walking. It's that way. And he's like, I'll start walking that way. And then they're just like.
It was a lot like the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. It was like.
Oh, you fucking coward.
You coward. And that's the thing. The WB yelled at the frog and go, you coward.
He's like, what? I'm going to
go adjust this picture for a little bit.
Oh, radio. That's what you want to hear, where we're just reenacting assassinations of some of your favorite cartoon TV characters.
I love it. Gotta love it.
I love it.
Gotta love it.
You know what else I love in the 7 o'clock hour?
What do you love in the 7 o'clock?
We can get away with whatever the fuck we want to get away with.
Yeah, right. And don't turn the delay on. It's 7 o'clock.
Oh, do not turn the goddamn fucking delay on. We can do whatever we want, and we can play banned songs such as... Government has officially banned this song. You can't hear it anywhere. They banned everything by the Velvet Underground. It's Lou Reed on the Hog. Hello and welcome to your 108.9 The Hawk concert calendar, your way of finding out all the rock that's happening through the Val Verde Valley and beyond, courtesy of 108.9 The Hawk, and brought to you today by Salty Sam's Surprisingly Salty Donuts. They're surprisingly salty, even though it's in the name. Hey, on the 13th, head on down to Plusky's Amaretto Bar, and if you can dodge the Ghost of Powers booth, you'll be able to see a great acoustic set from the Gunt Brothers, the Val Verde Valley Loot Kings, and a special reunion set from Tony Diarrhea and the Well-Fed Babies. On the 10th, head on out to the outdoor stage at Leisure Lanes and check out local bands Butt Buckle, That's Too Many Pills Dad, Steely Ham, and the bass player from the Goo Goo Dolls. We do not know his name. And then finally on the 20th, head on out to Shooter's Bar and Buffet if you want to see the band Stink Stunk Get in My Trunk play with Lightly Rusted Root, Porn Michaels, and Huge Lori. So many legends coming out for this show at Shooter's Bar and Buffet. And that's been your 108.9 The Hawk concert calendar, brought to you by Salty Sam's Surprisingly Salty Donuts. Oh my God, Salty Sam's!
Hi, it's Mick Jagger, and even though the Hawk may have changed a little bit, it's still the same Hawk. Oh no, hello.
108.9 The Hawk.
She was looking so right in the Hollywood Hills.
You know, I went to Bob Seger's Hollywood Hill home once, and you know what it smelled like?
What did it smell like? Detroit?
Detroit.
That's numero uno, of course.
That's numero uno, and then Detroit-style pizza.
Oh, my goodness.
That's numero tumero.
I mean, I think I want to be hanging out at Bob Seger's house, and it ain't for Bob Seger, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you gotta get me. You gotta get me that Detroit-style pizza, especially down at Seger's Pies, sponsor of the Geoff and Whisp Show right here on 108.9 The Hawk. They just opened up last week, went down to the inaugural party. Seger's there, giving out fucking all of these jerseys that he's worn on stage to everybody. And he's like, come on, Whisk, go put yours on. He calls me Whisk. I would usually fucking kill anybody that says that. But Seger, he gets away with it. And he's like, put your arms up, Whisk. And I put my arms up, and he pulls that old stinky ass jersey on me. And I'm like, oh God. And he pats me once or twice. He says, move on, big boy. And I go on, and then I get myself some of the best pepperoni.
My God.
The cup kind, Jeff, the cup kind.
Uh-huh.
You know where it goes up in a cup, and it fills with just
the
grease.
Oil just collects, and it's like you could pick it off.
Oh my God. You take one bite, and it just flicks in your eye.
Oh my God. So many burns.
Like, oh, and he's like, what are you eating over there, Whisk? I'm like, it's delicious. He's like, are you in pain because of the food you're eating? I'm like, come on, Seger, let me eat.
That's when you know you got a good Detroit-style pizza, if you're getting third-degree burns from the pepperoni cup.
That's when you're just there, and you are covered in burns and sauce, and it's all down you, and then he just runs up on stage, and it's this. He's just like... And he's not even singing.
No.
And I'm like, I know this is Kathmandu. I know it. Pizza on you. And he's pointing at me. There's pizza all over me. And that's what pizza do. I'm gonna put it all over you. It's what I'm gonna do. Banana pizza slice. It's gonna shoot up right in your eyes. 'Cause that's what all the pizza do. It's a Whisk Turley too. And I'm like, it's Whisk Turlington, not Whisk Pizza too. And God, delicious pizza though. I highly recommend it.
The one I recommend is if you get the Kathmandu pizza, which is of course half standard, half pesto. And the nice part about the Kathmandu is Seger will actually explain to you what the fuck the song Kathmandu is about. But
the problem with that, Jeff, is he sits there and he talks forever.
Oh, no.
And pizza gets cold.
He takes a pipe out, and you have to sit by the hearth because he just has like a storytelling.
He's like, pull up a chair to the hearth. And I'm like, I've got a table here, and I'm perfectly fine.
And you try to sneak a bite, and he's like, put it down. I'm talking about Kathmandu. It's what I really, really want to do.
If I get out of here, Oh, go on down.
Whoa, pizza.
Pizza. Head on down to Seger's Pies, Hog Street, Val Verde. Oh, my God. So much happened in moving parts this morning.
The news you can use, or the news you can lose. It's news time on 108.9 The Hawk.
Well, no surprise here whatsoever, Jeff. They did capture the Ice Cream Man again. Ice Cream Man and Snow Cone Man. They got him down by T-Ball Stadium, just out there in front. There wasn't even a T-ball game. That's that. It's almost like entrapment.
Well, here's the thing. And the amazing part is it's almost like entrapment because you're like, isn't that a lot like M. Night's movie Trap?
Wait. Are you saying that the Val Verde Police Department
saw the movie Trap?
And they're like, ding, ding, ding. I think we can get the Snow Cone Man and the Ice Cream Man at the same time. One thing, two birds,
one creep is really what it boils down to. And the beauty is it's not entrapment because
horrible video. Have you ever seen Two Birds, One Creep?
Oh my God, that is an
that
oldie but a
video
worse
that everyone was talking about.
I barfed watching Two Birds, One Creep. My God, but
everyone,
I gotta say,
the traffic director was saying, "Hey, Wisp, have you ever seen Two Birds, One Creep?" And I'm like, Jesus Christ, when are you guys gonna let this go? Now go on with your story. I'm sorry.
Now I'm just thinking about lemon
ABO,
parties.
baby.
So the problem, ABO, man, all bets up.
It's an ABO life.
But the thing is, the trick that they realize, it's not entrapment, unlike that movie M. Night's Trap, which is very odd that only 40 minutes of the movie are actually the trap. But I digress.
Well,
and so
Scotty, take it out of my queue.
Take it out of the queue. That's not. You don't want it. You don't want it.
Oh.
It's not an entrapment if the main headline of the Val Verde Rag, that terrible newspaper, just said,
God, please.
Trap being set up at T-Ball Stadium for the Ice Cream Man and Snowman. Like, they just said it. They just said it right there. And they just don't read papers. But if they had read the paper, then they would have been like, maybe I shouldn't go down to be two creeps, one bird. But, hey, what are you going to do?
If you had only read the paper.
And that's what we're trying to tell you this morning. You got to read the paper.
You gotta read the paper.
Not the Val Verde Rag, because they're always trying to take you down, and they're just a bunch of assholes.
The paper.
The paper. Which is a new paper.
New paper.
That's just started. It's kind of like a free weekly. It has great listings. So many great listings.
Oh, my God.
It's 90% opinions, obituaries, and then the last 10% is just listings. And it's not really opinions about anything important. It really is just like, I like birds. And you're like, great, this is 4 pages of the paper. But
all right, well, it's better than reading the Val Verde Rag.
Better than reading that's their motto. Better than reading the Val Verde Rag.
Fucking communists over at the Val Verde Rag. Hey, speaking of news and who is sponsoring it this morning, thank you to Bait and Switch. Of course, that's Val Verde's only bait and switch store. Fishing bait, switches for grandma to whoop you with. She just goes right out to their tree, grabs one, and if you've done something bad, she's going to whoop you with it. And they've got all colors of Nintendo Switches, and so head on down there today.
I mean, it's a great store, great combo. And that's what
they say.
They say. They just
great
walk in, they go,
store.
great store, great combo.
Combo. Oh, my God. So what are you getting into tonight? See, this is 7 o'clock hour, ABO.
Oh, my God. ABO, baby. So what I'm going to be getting into tonight, and I know, and I'm hoping, and I want you there.
And I know, and I'm hoping, and I want you there. Little Gun Brothers there for you. Val Verde Heroes. Want You There. The song from the Gun Brothers. Gotta love it.
You gotta love it. But I am going to be going down to see the Kings of Open Mic Comedy. It is...
Oh, what? You got tickets?
The tickets are free.
Scotty, you said
just went up
there
for
were
free.
None available. Now, is Barf Chapman gonna do
Barf
the
Chapman,
showcase tonight?
Barf Chapman is definitely going to be there because he is the king of open mic comedy.
I love how he just there's no filter, Jeff.
Oh my God,
he's the type of comedian that says it like it is, even if it isn't funny.
And most of the time, it is not funny.
It's not
funny.
Which
is why he's still in the Kings of Open Mic Comedy. Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. It does make you think a tiny bit.
That
I'm not
is
saying
always
a lot.
Promise. No, God, no.
You're
not
yeah,
thinking that much.
Much. Who else are we going to have at the Kings of Open Mic Comedy tonight?
Oh,
I'm assuming Dingbats. This is at Dingbats, correct, Scotty? Is this Dingbats?
This is, of course, at Dingbats.
Okay.
Monster
Val
Butt.
Verde's no. Wait, what?
Monster Butt is going to be there. That's right. That is, of course, a Jeff Dunham puppet, but he just goes on his own. He went off. He decided, I'm going to make my own
Once he gained
path.
sentience.
He gained sentience.
I remember I was at that show in Vegas, and Jeff Dunham. Speaking of two birds, one creep.
My God. And he brings out Monster Butt, I'm sure, and you're like, oh, now we got a real misogynistic one. How did he even make this a more problematic puppet?
Jeff, I got to say, I've never seen anything like it in any show in Vegas. Now, I've seen the Rat Pack in Vegas. I have seen Chris Angel at least 17 times.
Oh, at least.
But this Dunham show, he's like, I'm bringing out Monster Butt. And the crowd's like, please, no. Please don't.
Don't do it.
Nobody wants to see Monster Butt. And he's like, no, you're going to do it. He was spitting on us. He was so angry. And he brings out Monster Butt. I can't say anything the Monster Butt said.
No.
On the air for the first 2 hours of his set.
Even in an ABO hour, we cannot say what
Even in
Monster
an
Butt said.
ABO hour like 7 a.m. on the Geoff and Whisp Show, 108.9 The Hawk.
The only thing we can't say is he does usually come out and he say, may I ask you a question? And you're like, I think that's just from Ace Ventura. And that's more of a legal problem here. Dunham.
Well, Jeff, that was the first hour. So he said that and there was silence. And he's like, come on. Monster Butt just keeps looking. And he looks, he's got real eyes, folks. He looks at everyone in the front row. I'm in the front row because I'm rich and I can afford it.
Of course.
And he looks me in the eye and he's like, come on. Come on. And I'm like, I'm not going to do it, Monster Butt. And he's like, I'm going to make you. And in that moment, Jeff, he slurps himself right off of Dunham's hands.
Oh, my God.
Grows legs. And begins to pummel the shit out of me.
Protracted rectum puppet with legs fighting you.
Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable, Jeff. And while he's fighting me, do you know who's right around the corner on a piano?
I mean, I'm guessing Paul Schaefer.
I wish.
Yeah.
It's fucking Bob Seger there.
Right.
And he's like, Monster Butt. I'm just going to give it to you one and one. I'm like, please, Seger, for the love of God, I'm trying to save my own life.
My God.
Sometimes I feel like I'm just haunted by the premature ghost of Bob Seger.
Oh, sure. Because you constantly are just like, you wake up and you'll text me. And you're just like, is Seger dead today? And I'm starting to wonder, like, are you being haunted by the premature ghost of Bob
No, I
Seger?
don't. I love Seger. He's one of my best friends in the entire world. I don't want him to die.
No, but you're just sometimes not sure if he's dead or not, even though he's one of your best friends in the whole world.
Like, someone just had to tell me that Powers Booth is still dead. Someone had to tell me that. Because I called him last night forever. Did not answer his phone. Apparently still down there at Plusky's Amaretto Bar.
My God.
And
hanging out in his booth.
Just, and you're like, you're trying to have a little amaretto sour, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean.
Have a little nightcap with your Tinder date.
Yeah.
You're like, so what, do you like Pluskies? And you're taking a sip, and she's like, oh, yeah, I love Pluskies. And then all of a sudden, out of the table, just comes Powers Booth, and he's like, oh, he doesn't even say a word. And they're like, holy shit, they spill all of their expensive Pluskies Amaretto all over the place.
And then he cleans up the booth because you realize he's filming an episode of Booth Rescue.
Booth Rescue.
And you see
right
that
there,
ghost
channeling.
camera floating, and you're like, wait, did you just set us up? It's not really much of a Booth Rescue if you're the one doing it, Ghost of Powers Booth. My God.
Oh, my God. We have fun in the 7 o'clock hour.
ABO.
What?
ABO, baby.
Oh,
ABO.
You said ABO.
ABO is what I said.
I think you said video. And I'm like, I don't have anything.
I can't. I mean,
Do you want me to play two birds, one?
Let's come on now.
I'll show it to you on my phone right after this. But right now, Mellencamp in the 90s had a big hit with Cover Hawk. Hey everyone, Wisp Turlington here for Flemington Laxatives. Are you ever stuck down there? You know what I mean. Like say you've been eating nothing but peanut butter and bananas. Because the woman who takes care of Turlington Manor forgot to go grocery shopping. And all you had left in the manor was peanut butter and bananas. And you think, yeah, I could probably make that work. And the next thing you know, you are plugged up, my friend. Well, that's where the fine folks at Flemington Laxatives come in. Now, these are laxatives with laser accuracy, friends, like the military uses. You swallow it, it goes into your tummy, and into your intestines, and the next thing you know, you're shooting to the moon on a stream of your own filth. Works within 2 minutes or your money back. Flemington Laxatives. Yeah, they're gonna send you to the moon.
Hello, this is Jeff the Anger Man Garlock with an official 108.9 The Hawk PSA. People of Val Verde, you gotta do yourself a solid and start writing down what you are watching on television every night. Whether it be a letterboxd account or just a note in your iPhone or even good old-fashioned pencil and paper. There's just too much stuff. And I tell you, there's nothing worse than getting real excited when you're like, ooh, a new Kate Bush documentary. I've never seen this. And then 5 minutes in, you're like, wait a second. Have I already watched this? Or was that the BBC Kate Bush story? This one's called Running Up That Hill, but they all feel like they could be called Running Up That Hill. My God, now I feel like I'm wasting my life and I want to die. And Kate Bush shouldn't make you want to die, so write it down. And that's been a 108.9 The Hawk PSA. 108.9 The Hawk. We've got your ass covered.
Speaking of ghosts, my God. Grateful Dead, Jerry Garcia, Grateful Dead trucking by request on 108.9 The Hawk. And
Rest in power, Jerry Garcia's finger.
Rest in power to Jerry Garcia, and I'm sure Pigpen's dead too. And
Pigpen's gotta be dead.
Yep.
Rest in power to Mickey Hart.
He's gotta be dead.
Gotta be dead.
Gotta be dead. All of them.
Rest in power to Bob Weir, I think.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't. Rest in power. John Mayer's still alive.
My God.
Still living.
My God.
And so are we in the 7 o'clock hour of the Geoff and Whisp Show. Good morning, everybody. If you're just tuning into the show, it is the 7 o'clock hour. So we're having a good old time because all bets are off.
All bets are off. And when it's ABO,
this
is when we can ask the questions that we can't ask at the 6 o'clock hour. We can't ask in the 8 o'clock hour. But who do you think's going to die first, Bruce Hornsby or John Mayer?
Hold on a second. This is a question segment. Oh.
Bruce Hornsby.
Let me write this down.
John Mayer. This isn't preference. This is just using science. This is using medical.
Using science.
Gotta use
I'm
medical.
going to say, and I got to, whenever you're on a game show, you have to break down your answer.
Yes.
So
even when they're like,
answer,
please don't break it down, we got to get some questions in. You're
who's
like,
going to die first? And I got to say, I'm sorry. It's my boy, Bruce Hornsby. And you know why?
Why?
That's just the way it is, Jeff.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of mandolin rain puns, but then I just got sad. Okay, we're playing the game. Who do you think's gonna die first? Bruce Springsteen. Paul McCartney. Now go with science, Jeff.
I was waiting for a third one because she didn't give me an or, but all right, Paul McCartney or Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, you want a third one?
Yeah, give me a third
one.
one.
The guitarist for the Spin Doctors.
Oh, God, guitarist for the Spin Doctors, certainly. Paul McCartney, Bruce Springsteen, they're going to live forever, as we all know.
Yep.
They inject baby fetuses into their blood every
No,
week.
don't get on your conspiracy shit, Jeff.
This is just what I heard on a great little podcast at 6 hours every day. And I tell you, the thing is, 7 o'clock on terrestrial radio.
Here's the problem.
Terrestrial radio at 7 o'clock, that's ABO. You go on a podcast, that's ABO all day, baby.
I don't know.
And actually, that's the name of the podcast. It's called ABO
All Day Baby.
Oh, it's ABO
All Day Baby?
Yes.
Okay. Well, all right, hit me.
It's hosted by Monster Butt.
Of course.
You don't want to see how much Monster Butt's making in his Patreon. And most of it...
I don't want to know how much his Patreon's
Most of it is just him saying something really batshit crazy, and he goes, come on.
Yeah, come on. He gets in your eyes, and his little fists. Oh. What's the worst Charlie horse you've ever had?
Oh, my God. There was one time I was doing a 3-legged race.
It would be when Monster Butt is just punching you.
Oh, that was my second answer.
Yep.
So, because there was that time
I should have done this.
Yeah.
So who's going to die first? Monster Butt or the purple Jeff Dunham monster?
Peanut. Monster Butt or Peanut is what you're asking.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean Peanut of old age.
Yeah, I got to say, Peanut, I'm sorry. You're my favorite.
You think
but you're
the
gonna
old
die
man
first.
puppet is going to die first of old age, but that man puppet got
live forever.
progeria. He's only like 20 years old.
Oh.
That's
And
amazing.
today's game is brought to you by our fine friends at Drugmore. Head on down to your local Drugmore. Of course, they've got everything out for Valentine's Day 2135, when everyone is a robot and everyone fears the sun. So go on out, get what you need at Drugmore down on the corner.
Mostly motor oil, WD-40, and umbrellas.
Mostly.
It's mostly.
Thank you to Drugmore. Okay.
My God.
Any calls, Scotty? Nothing?
Nothing. ABO, but nobody wants to ABO with us. All right. I mean, hey, I get it.
They're listening to us ABO a little too hard, if you know what I mean.
Oh, my God, I know what you mean.
I do want to tell you.
The thing is, we are almost
Okay,
in the 8
you go
o'clock
right
hour.
ahead.
The thing is, we're almost in the 8 o'clock
Yes,
hour.
we are. Yes, we are.
And that's when it gets serious. You know what I mean?
Because we've got
serious.
all serious. Got Malcolm Gladwell coming in the 8 o'clock hour.
He's got some new bullshit theory that does not hold water, and we're going to
See, that's your conspiracy brain working, because I like his stuff.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Just because you've done 10,000 hours exactly of radio
Exactly
today.
of radio
And by the way,
today.
Scotty, can we play the congratulations noise? Because Wisp didn't realize he officially reached his 10,000 hours.
Is this for me?
This is for you, Wisp.
Yeah! I did it, but what do I do now?
Oh, my God. Well, I think that's what Malcolm is going to be talking about, his new book called What Do I Do Now?
What do I do now? The new book from You've Done Your 10,000 Hours, folks.
You did 'em?
What comes next?
And you're like, I guess I achieved what I wanted to do, but I actually didn't live up to what I thought it would be, and life is a confusing mess that way. And that's the what's in parentheses.
Life is a
confusing mess, by the way.
That way. Oh, my God. Well, if it's celebration time, Scotty, you know what to do. Oh, I could use it. Gonna have a good time. And fill up Malcolm's goblet or whatever he's got in there. What he's down in medieval fights, having a meal, watching some of the best medieval fights Val Verde has to offer.
Just medieval fist fights. They got rid of the jousting. They got rid of the sword play, and it is
You get Monster Butt in there, he's gonna take all of them down.
Monster Butt.
Just little.
He'll murder King Arthur.
What do you think?
And he'll just shove a chicken wing just down his throat. Just like, here's a turkey leg for you. It looks dry as hell, and it is.
Well, since we're so close to the 8 o'clock hour, we got to wrap up this 7 o'clock hour with my favorite segment. I'm fucking sick of it! I'm fucking sick of it going down to the Val Verde Valley Mall. And I park in the handicapped spot right at the very front. Might as well say Wisp Turlington, because I go to the mall so much. I go down there, I visit all the stores. I pop in, I say, hey, Wisp Turlington, how are you? And they just look like I'm going into the Deb where everybody's buying their prom dresses. And they're like, you shouldn't be in here. And I'm like, ha, parked out front. They fucking towed me. I go out there, limo's gone. Johnny, my driver, gone. What am I supposed to do? When it comes down to being treated like that, I'm fucking sick of it.
You know, I'm sick of it. And what am I sick of? Well, speaking of malls, I head down to the Val Verde Dead Mall. That's right, of course, that is the Val Verde Dead Mall, where it has 100 opportunities for stores, but there are only 3 still existing, and we don't know how it works. And I gotta say, I'm sick of the fact that there is a 4th one coming in. Because what I like to do when I'm doing my mall walking and my wall walking, because often I'll walk on the walls, because who's gonna tell me you can't? There's no stores there. All there is is the dentist that has never a kid in there. There is the grocery store, which is all
That's
out
the
of
name
date.
of it. The dentist with never a kid in there.
Never a kid in there. It's a medieval one. There is the
Oh.
grocery store that is
I got a
all
new fucking
expired. And then, of course, the community corner, which is where they sometimes have AA meetings, but it's more just a weird hole in the wall that used to be a T-Mobile, then became a Mint Mobile, and then Ryan Reynolds came in and said, get this fucking thing out of here. Get this
I got one. I'm fucking sick of it. I go to the dentist with never a kid in there. I got to get a crown in. And they look at me and they're like, do you know whose dentist I used to be? I'm like, who? Tell me, this sounds interesting. And they're like, Brittany Murphy.
Wow.
And my mouth's wide open. What do I say to that? Do I say,
Don't put drugs in my mouth?
I said that.
Oh, of course you say that.
And they don't know. And then when they pulled the thing out, I was like, she had great teeth. She had great teeth. Favorite movie of all time, Just Married, with Brittany Murphy, and everybody's favorite guy who's never into anything bad, has never done anything bad, is the perfect person, perfect human being, Ashton Kutcher. One of my very, very good friends.
My favorite shark from the Shark Tank.
Oh my God, the best shark in the entire Shark Tank. Hey, so yeah, Malcolm Gladwell coming up in the next hour of 108.9 The Hawk, so get ready for that. Young Lust, Pink Floyd on The Hawk.